The call came just after midnight, a voice I knew, too familiar, too smug. "Your daughter's finished," the sheriff said. I could hear the ice clinking in his glass. He was drunk, maybe, or just high on the power he thought he owned. "My boy broke her arm. She should have stayed quiet. This is my town." Then he laughed, a slow, ugly sound. I said nothing, just let the line go dead. I looked at my daughter, asleep on the couch with her cast resting awkwardly against her chest. She hadn't wanted me to go to the hospital. She hadn't wanted to make it worse. She thought silence meant safety. But I knew better. 15 years in the Secret Service taught me how silence is weaponized, how it lets predators build kingdoms out of fear. I used to plan motorcades, routes, contingencies, choke points. I learned how to move presidents through hostile streets without a scratch. I also learned how one wrong turn could collapse the entire structure. That sheriff had just handed me his son's vulnerability, and I would show him exactly what silence could cost. The town bent around him, judges, deputies, the local press. They all looked the other way when his son staggered home drunk or peeled rubber down Main Street at 3 in the morning. But breaking my daughter's arm wasn't just recklessness. It was a message, a warning to stay small. I wasn't built for small. I ran scenarios in my head the way I used to for presidents, entry routes, exit routes, how headlights moved across narrow roads at night, where shadows swallowed mistakes. The boy drove a cherry red sports car his daddy bought to keep him quiet. I'd seen it fly past my shop enough times to memorize the sound of its engine. Cocky, predictable. He thought the road was his. He never realized someone else was listening. I started small, watching patterns. Every Friday the boy left the bar at 11:30 sharp. Tires screeched, stereo thumped, and he cut through the alleys like they were extensions of his driveway. I didn't drink. I didn't sleep much either. I just waited. The sheriff called again once, this time to gloat. "Your girl cry yet?" he asked. "She'll learn. You'll learn. I'm untouchable." I bit down so hard my teeth hurt, but my voice stayed calm. "You're right," I said. "You own this place." Then I hung up, already sketching the map in my mind. One alley, narrow, blind corner, wrong turn, and there's no correcting. The boy's speed would do the rest. No weapons, no chase, just gravity and arrogance meeting brick and steel. Every president I ever protected had a shadow route, the one we never published, the one no one was supposed to know. This boy was about to discover his. The night came quiet, moonless. I parked 2 blocks away, hood up like I was just another mechanic with an engine that wouldn't start. At 11:32, the sports car's growl reached me. I could feel it before I saw it, bass rattling the windows, laughter spilling out. He took the first turn sharp, the second sloppy, then the third. That's where I'd moved the signs. Not much, just enough. The one-way arrow turned backward, a subtle lie waiting in the dark. Headlights swung wide, tires screamed, metal shredded against brick. Silence followed, sudden and absolute. I didn't move, didn't blink, just listened to the hiss of the engine and the faint pop of cooling steel. The plan worked. Clean, precise, exactly as designed. By dawn, the sheriff was on the scene. His badge hung crooked, his shirt half tucked. He looked smaller than I remembered. His son was gone. Our eyes met across the alley. He knew. Not how, not the details, just that I'd been here, in the shadows, waiting. He opened his mouth, maybe to threaten, maybe to beg, but nothing came out. I stepped closer, close enough that he could smell the oil and iron from my coveralls. "You own this town," I said softly, "but you never owned me." He flinched like I'd struck him. I turned away before he could find words. I didn't need them. The wreckage behind him was louder than anything he could say. That morning, my daughter stirred in her sleep, unaware of the sirens echoing miles away. She still believed silence meant safety. I let her keep that belief. For me, silence was different. It was a blade, and I had learned how to sharpen it until it cut clean through power, through arrogance, through the myth of untouchable men. The sheriff would wake every day to that alley, to the sound of twisting steel in his head, to the truth that his kingdom had walls thinner than glass. Me? I went back to the garage, wiped grease from my hands, fixed engines. The world thought nothing had changed, but the boy's car never passed my window again. And that silence was mine. Sometimes the quietest revenge leaves the loudest echo.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and comment. Subscribe now to Cheating Stories Insight World for more amazing stories.